On with the show. And oh my goodness, look at this. Savage Rifts. Oh, that's what it's got to be. All right, so crack into this with my fancy unboxing tool. Righty. Puppy, open. Oh yeah. That satisfying pop. Oh, let's see how she's back. Almost doxed myself. Not happening today. But we have quite a bit of bubble wrap here. In there. Yeah. So, mine came a bit later than other people's because I had a little bit of extra. Let's take a look. The bubble wrap is immense. And still so poppable. If I can get it to pop. Oh wow. There we go. One for right now. Oh. One bit of goodness right there. Think I know what that is. All right, and oh yeah. One beautiful Savage Rifts box set. Oh, and my extra package of goodies. And as we did in the last one, we shall treat this box like we did the last one. Right, and yeah, yeet! We're gonna save this puppy for a little bit later. You don't know how long it took to set that up so that way it'd have that nice crash effect. All right, do this for the love of getting stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at this sweet, sweet box. Not telling, Phil. I'm not telling. Takes a little dedication. And possibly a little spousal aggro. Righty. Now that we've got this started, let's go ahead and get this plastic off. Go. Oh yeah. Eat. Yes. Oh, off. Good and tight in there. Good and. Hmm. That is some lovely, lovely box art. Upside down for you guys. That's a little jacked. Try that. There we go. Alrighty. So, in our basic box, we have our Rifts poster, which is going to be a little bit of some map action on this here. So, what we got is a map of Castle Refuge. Oh, yeah. Fold that in. Castle. Nice in a science fantasy medieval type of setting. Nice to have a little castle action. But also, we get sweet ass map of the US. Right there, North America, kids. In the post-apocalypse. I should say the post-apocalypse. Yep. My head is blocking the dinosaur swamp. Let's see if I can fix it a little. Time to fiddle with my cam. And a quick transition. And there it is. The dinosaur swamp. Oh yeah. Lots of crazy stuff here. So we got Florida, which is your bulk of your dinosaur swamp area. I don't know how well it's coming through on the stream, but you do have hexes there. See, that is the cool part, right? Because you start looking and trying to figure out where you are on the map. Because, you know, here's DC, right? So all your people who are in Virginia are like, we lost, we're underwater. And we know the Carolinas are right here because of this little doohickey flodger. Guess you'd call it an archipelago, or... But yeah, that's the little barrier area there. Yep, so we got our coalition states. The Federation of Magic here. And let's see, where did they put Castle Refuge? Right here, in this little neutral area. Just kind of making it around there, you know. Tomorrow Legion's sitting there and just trying to work out what's going on. Not trying to become its own nation state or anything yet. At least at this stage in the plot. But yeah, you've got all these cool things. You've got, where is Minnesota, Missouri, Chi-Town. Or Chi-Town. You know, that's kind of a bit of ways there from old Chicago and new Chicago. So yeah, lots of cool, you know, this is just a cool map, you know, that I wish it wasn't double-sided, because I wouldn't mind like putting this up on a wall in the office somewhere. Let's play the old-fashioned game of can we fold this map up and get it back into how it was sent? Well, look at that. Done in one. All right, so the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition had artwork in here instead of this this nice glossy black here. And that's kind of cool, is that with this black, you're not worried about the artwork getting depressed in like it was on the other one. So, you know, I'm not at all disappointed. I've been trying to avoid other unboxing videos just to be able to enjoy this experience on my own, because I know other people have gotten it. Because the precious over here caused me to get this later. So, this box comes with a GM screen. Let's crack into it. Go. See what we got. I know, it is some pretty nice art. Okay, so Garnet Town Gambit. This came with the first version of Savage Rifts with the GM screen, and also was included in the box set. One of the things, though, is I don't see any type of outer cover to it. So it's a little... It would have been nice to have that cool bit of artwork that goes on, that I would expect on this type of product, even though it's not a deal. All right, so take a look at this fold out. The low profile GM screen. Oh yes, hang on. Let's turn this around. Let you appreciate some of this this fine Rifty artwork. There we go. So that's a juicer right here. That's a chemically enhanced soldier. A leyline walker. That is a burster. That's a cyber knight. This is the craziest OP thing known as a glitter boy. And this is a mind melter. And of course, you know, our trope of having a full conversion cyborg, because why would you want meat in this deadly world? Stuff. And we have a crazy. Yes, that is exactly what it sounds like. The power of insanity sits there and lets them deal with stuff. Alright. And inside you've got kind of typical GM things here. So you've got your combat options and rules. It's a bit extended over the base one. Injury table, reaction table, out of control table, because Rifts has vehicles. Everything from like small little motorcycles to giant lumbering robots. So it's good to have that handy. See, what else have we got? And we have a vehicle crit hit chart, leyline arcing effects, standard setting rules, just so that way you know what rules are in effect here. Generally in Rifts. And the Rift specific stuff here. All right. Not bad. Nice little item. Feeling good about not backing the first Kickstarter at this stage, since this book came out a little quick. If I'd backed that Kickstarter, probably would have been a pretty upset guy. So, box set also comes with a set of dice. Kind of in that leyline blue kind of color, except for the wild die. Ah. Come on. Can we get a 6? Because the 6 is denoted in a special way. I'd like to see if we can get one naturally. There we go. Look at that. That's the Coalition State Skull. And we'll go ahead and just put this up right here too. Oh yeah. Good stuff. So yeah. Not super remarkable dice, but I do like that Coalition Skull. Good marks on keeping it themed. Now, something I heard that I need to check out for is some of the books. I don't know if it was just a few of them, or, you know, if it's potentially like all the books that came in the order. There's some that have upside down pages in the printing. So we are going to be opening these books in a sec. But before that, we're going to look at these bennies. 25 poker chips with a nice print on them. There we go. Get a little nicer for you guys there. So it's got a few different images on those chips. Put this back in here. Let's see here. Let's pop out a book. And pop her open. Oh, look at that art. Let's just put this here right there for you. So they've got that nice cover image expanded out here. Let me also drag and drop myself elsewhere. Transition. There we go. I've slipped around. So yeah, that cover piece that before was like this previously, it sat there. They let it go out wider in this one, and you know, to make sure that you get it and you see the point, that I think that's a crazy, because I don't see any chem harnesses for a juicer. Yep. Crazy with a giant chain sword. So it's basically like a giant sword that's has a chainsaw blade on it. And looks like we are right side up thus far. And let's gotta give it the sniff test. Oh, books. Fresh books. Delicious. All right. The Tomorrow Legion's Guide. Next up, we have the Game Master's Guide. So, all this does still require that you have the base Savage Worlds Adventure Edition. Oh, look at that. That is hot. You know there's some shenanigans going on. Someone done opened a gate and a demon's like, hi. Let's go do stuff. Alright, and so far, books are all upright. And no fear, you know, if you just bought books, there's actually a section here that goes over the layout of Castle Refuge. Not huge, but you know, still handy. If I remember right, Pinnacle will have the Castle Refuge / North America map probably, hopefully for sale still. If nothing else, you can get it as a PDF. All right, now get this last book out. Oh, Savage Foes of North America. All right, so basically a bit of a bestiary here. Look at that. There's some no good that is going to happen here. Just, I'm going to casually just start wrecking these, this city potentially, or these ruins in the background. Don't worry. I'm the bad guy, clearly. And if I remember right, I believe it also has either adventure seeds or maybe a couple of adventures in it. Take a look at the table of contents here. Denizens of North America, monsters, creatures. Oh, that might have been just a picture of something's hideout or a typical lair type of thing. Classic Rifts creatures. Yep, got a little map here. Okay, some good stuff. Recycled that piece one more time in the book, but I don't mind. I don't mind. It's a good piece. Reminds you of, you know, the shenanigans that are happening in the Rifts world. So, don't worry. I haven't forgotten this little package right here. This was on top of everything. So we are going to go ahead and pop this puppy open. Oh, UPS bubble mailer. Thou shalt not defeat me tonight. Sorry about starting a little late tonight, but had some technical issues in trying to get this secondary cam up here. Didn't want to cooperate. And I figured, you know, 2 cameras is definitely the fun way to go about this. Alright. So, the Rifts Kickstarter had 6 books in it, which is kind of huge. It had the base 3 books, which were originally published under Deluxe and redone for Suede. And it added a few extra ditties. So we have Blood and Banes. Right? Oh, look at that. Got some bookmarks. I love me some bookmarks. These are nice. Listen to that. That's a good solid bookmark. That's worth 99 cents. Buck or so is what I spent. I threw a little extra in this one. All right. So, yep. Not too happy with how close that page was glued here. But let's get this a little easier for you guys to look at too. Oh, I could just add in. So yeah, you know, we have explanations of what's going on in other places in North America here. Few shenanigans here, iconic framework, so you get some more player options that you can add into the game. Night of the you've got some more gear. Mara Legion Archive, so personal logs, story stuff, Game Master's Handbook. So this is where we get into some of the crazy stuff that happens in Rifts North America. So we've got the Vampire Kingdoms. That's right. Vampires are real. And they can't cross running water, at least in normal Rifts. I haven't let myself read too much to see if they're having that same issue in here. So we've also got the 6 tickets Hivelands. That's basically like some flying insect type of guys. We've got the Mutant Lands, which, yeah, it's going to be full of mutants. The Calgary Monster Kingdom. That's right, up in Canada, around Calgary, there's some monsters who've like sat there and come together and been conquered by a bigger monster, and they've got a kingdom. We've got Into the Desert Night, and Allies and Adversaries. I think Into the Desert Night might be a little adventure. Alright, so next thing we've got in our list. Empires of Humanity. So, and this is going to be, it'll also cover the coalition states. That's why we have these wonderful guys here in this kind of skeletal looking armor. Those are called Dead Boys. Those are your field troopers for the coalition force. Oh, that artwork. Hmm. Hey, so what else have we got? This gives us some character options. We've got some gear, a gazetteer, game master's guide. So we got relics of a golden age, and that's talking about previously on Earth. It was a high-tech society. They didn't have magic. It was all science. The glitter boy. Here we go. Perfect opportunity. Glitter boy here is not a wasn't made after the whole post apocalypse. This was a weapon that was developed before the apocalypse, and all these suits are generally salvaged and have been around for hundreds of years. So it's kind of like the pilot may be new to it, but that suit has been there most of the time. Has been there since humanity collapsed and learned it wasn't alone in existence. All right, so let's see. We got the coalition of coalition states, the Empire of Man, the Domain of Man. We got Free Quebec, and Quebec used to be part of the coalition states, and then it kind of broke off because it wanted to do its own thing. We got the Frontiers of Humanity, and that talks about where people are trying to just make it go by, just trying to get by day to day. Got Ex Machina, which looks like some Game Master stuff there. Allies and Adversaries, which sounds like people that can be teamed up with or become problems. That is nice to see it on that glossy paper, though. That artwork is great. Alrighty, next bit. Blood and Banes we looked at. So, next bit, the Tomorrow Legion Field Manual. This had some of the stretch goals from the Kickstarter put in. So this is just a paperback. I'm all right with that. Everything else has been hardcover. Character options, a few more things to add into your characters, some extra gear, GM's toolkit, Murderthon. This was an adventure that was done in the deluxe. Home of Destiny, also done in deluxe. Contamination Principle, also done in deluxe. A Fine Solution was also done in deluxe. They get a few adventure situations thrown up. Not opposed to that at all. Not opposed. So I feel like I definitely got a little more money out of this one. Looks like they are wanting to charge $20 about for this. Take a look at some books here and just, yep, $39.99 for a $40 hardback. That's about typical for hardbacks on this. Fantastic, but you know, it's not terrible. Okay, so we got Arcana and Mysticism. And all that art. So this is going to cover basically more on the magical end of things. So, or supernatural. Got our introduction, characters, so it gives you some new character stuff, some gear. An arcane gazetteer, so it's got a little mapping going on. Game Master Handbook, Spirit West. So yeah, out in the West, that's they do have like spiritual stuff going on there. Supernatural, I should say. Got the Magic Zone. Got the Federation of Magic, which doesn't dominate the Magic Zone itself. We've got Psyscape and the Shulliverse. Shullivest, something like that. Beyond the Magic Zone, Souls of Darkness, and Arcane Friends and Foes. Not too bad for reading this upside down. All right, so that's what you'd normally get without throwing anything extra. Maybe not the bookmarks. I think I just added some extra. Went ahead and tucked it in there since I saw that was part of it. However, this is the extra bit of goodies that I spring. Let's take these books. Will they all fit in here? Probably not. No, that was pretty tight fit. Those plus, but we'll go ahead and slip just a second while I reconnoiter things here. Savage Foes, Game Master's Handbook, and Mara Legion's Guide. And we got room for one more book. So I think what I will put in there is this paperback, so we're not stressing this thing out. But it looks like we could one of these thicker books at least. Let's see. Not quite. But that'll definitely fit comfortably in there. Go ahead and toss my bookmarks in. Oh, GM screen, that's right. Need room for the GM screen and the adventure. Not too, yeah, might fit. It'll be all right. And the map, lid. Yeah. Not throwing that, I just spent a little too much money on that. All right, so the interesting goodies that I picked up. So this Kickstarter had some extras that you could get into. And, you know, I do like myself a little bit of shenanigans here and there. See if I can figure out a way to do this without giving away the surprise too much. Well, it's all out. So, here's what I did. I got a set of the original Kickstarter dice. Same deal, Coalition Skull for the wild die, kind of that leyline kind of colored dice. So, these are stacks of 25 bennies. And this, plus the 25 in the box, gives me 100 bennies of the new type. Now, here are some older Rift themed bennies I also picked up. These are in stacks of 20. Because I was like, man, I can't let this pass me up. And I wasn't sure that these would even be anywhere near the same thickness or anything like that. And from what I remember, the old ones looked like they came on a card and actually went all the way to the edge. Someone, if there's anyone in the chat who'd backed the original Kickstarter, you can either confirm or deny that. So yeah, I have 200 bennies that are Rifts themed. because it just seemed fun. And with bennies as an economy, if you don't have bennies to throw out there, how are you going to expect, awesome stuff to happen or bennies to be spent? So I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of bennies. And I really thought the Rifts bennies were kind of cool. So, not going to lie. One last thing I did get that was outside of the Kickstarter, because initially I wasn't going to get 100 of these bennies. But I went on eBay and I found that, the messenger bag was cheaper than buying it on the Kickstarter. So I went into my pledge manager, readjusted, got these 3 bennies, or 3 stacks of 25 bennies, and apparently I forgot to bring this in here, so I'll be right back. Oh. There we go. So, I sprang for a messenger bag. Got it for around a total of 20 bucks. They were selling them brand new from the Kickstarter for about 40, so I was like, I'll take a half off. Added a couple bucks and just rounded this up to getting myself a full set of 200 bennies. We'll probably honestly never use them all, but with the way that the pledge manager works, if you don't use the money, then it just winds up becoming a tip for Pinnacle. As much as I like Pinnacle, I don't think this is worth a $40 tip. Alright, so that's the end of my unboxing. Thanks for joining me, and you guys have a great evening. Take care. We